was wiped out in one night by Romulus and Remus, the founders of Rome. They had one of those parties where they got they killed all the men and enslaved the women, so they could have, Roman babies. But the Etruscans were, I'm sure there's some Etruscans that survived. And some of
impulse control.
That is. That comes with lots of wisdom.
Hey, do you guys mind if I take the floor for a moment?
Go for it.
I've been talking.
Okay. So Nikki Firefly is in here, and I want to talk about something. Nikki had posted a video, as Nikki does. Nikki is very good at what she does. Nikki is really good at clapback, and she's got a sassy mouth, and she very much stands in her truth of what is right and wrong. She has definite boundaries, and she had made a video, and me being me, I popped in the comment section. I left 3 comments, one regarding Mindy, one regarding Mossy Witch, and one regarding Lucky. And the one that I left for Mossy Witch, Nikki didn't like it because I basically clapped back and I body shamed. And she made a video about it. So I went back and deleted my comment. And I went to Nikki and I said, I respect you. I deleted the comments, but I disagree with you. And this is the part I want to bring up. When you are in an active war, a confrontation, everybody is different. I have boundaries, but the gloves come off. I'm going to say what I need to say. And it's not always going to be pretty. And sometimes that clapback can and will be body shaming. And that is my perspective. Because if you're out on the street and somebody confronts you and you're in a physical confrontation or a verbal confrontation, all gloves are off. You're going to say and do what you need to do in that moment. And Nikki, I just wanted to give you my perspective on that. I respect you enough to remove my comments. And this is where 2 adults can agree to disagree and still walk away with respecting one another.
Right on. I love me.
I agree with that.
Until recently, I had, as I scroll, I have to follow really old videos because I have new accounts all the time, so I'm slowly getting caught up. Like I'm still watching Bree at Hexfest with Mo. I'm scrolling through them. I had no idea that Nikki was trans. I didn't know that. So hopefully I'm using.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah. Look, Nikki, I almost said she, but I'm not gonna. I don't know. But Nikki said she was trans, or Nikki said that Nikki was.
I think I might weigh in on this a little bit. I do not like to body shame people because I feel that it kind of makes my personal argument fall flat. However, I will stipulate that there are certain people in this world who are very vain and very into their looks. When you are engaged in a verbal debate, it is essentially, in my opinion, a bit of a hex war, but only verbally. And sometimes when you are customizing baneful magic towards somebody who you want to hurt, the only way to attack them is based on their looks. Now, I will say that there are people on the other side who are very much that way, Ursa. But because they are like that, you need to attack their looks because that is the only way that you're going to penetrate their defenses. And I'm not going to say that that applies in every situation. And do I think it's a very ugly form of verbal magic? Yes, it absolutely can be. However, I do believe that sometimes it is warranted. Now, is it warranted in every situation and scenario? Probably not. But I think in some instances, absolutely. And I can't be the one to tell somebody what they can or can't do in that area.
I often say, as the lead into something else I'm going to say, people that say that a woman's only space is a safe space, they don't know a whole lot of women. I was polyamorous for 20 years. Marta came along and fucked that up. And so all the women around
hard, buddy.
So all the women around that didn't want that fucked up, they all started hating on Marta. And so they can't come after her look. That didn't work. So and then they, so the next line down is they're going to come after her intelligence. Well, that didn't work. And they pretty much no other ammunition beyond that.
Yeah.
They lost that battle.
Oh,
Nikki,
if you don't know who you're attacking,
right?
I don't know if you saw Bree in the comments. Nikki was agreeing with you and giving you love back and all that kind of stuff. You can scroll back in the comments and see all that. If you see it.
Yeah. I also want to bring up a point too. This circles back to what Regina said. And I will say this, and I can't speak for Birch, but I can speak for myself, but I pretty well already know the answer. But during this process, during this saga of what's going on, my TikTok account numbers are still rising. The book is still selling. Professionally, personally, I'm still doing good.
Yeah.
I'm doing really good. I've done a lot of transmuting, I've done a lot of prosperity work. Yeah. And when the time comes, the dark side will happen, So I can't speak for you guys, but for me, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. And I have lost, like Serafina, Celtic Hex, I've unfollowed them. I've removed them, and it's okay because I've actually have gained a lot of new, interesting followers that I'm following back, and it's been very refreshing.
Well, with Celtic Hex, she had some things to say, and I clapped back at her. But I usually will do that. I'll clap back, and then I'll listen to the words. I have my reaction. And what she was saying to me and to others about the stupidity of these rituals, I did take that to heart. And a couple of my students came to me about that same kind of thing. And so when somebody tried to organize a mediated discussion with me and Ursa, I agreed. Ursa had agreed. I posted the text based on the response of what Ursa said after I agreed. You know that she actually agreed. I posted those screenshots. That would have been the reaction. No, I'm not going to do it. It's already gone too far. That person didn't make that up. Ursa did agree, thinking that I wouldn't agree, and then she'd be able to talk shit about me punking out, and then punked out. But part of, what Celtic Hex said and what others said, I just take that to heart at that time. Marta didn't really want me to enter into mediation with it, and which is absolutely her right. It's like, it's her house, it's posted too, on her address too. Her family is in danger too.
Yeah.
But I probably should do it anyway. Say I at least try. I don't know how the discussion can go very well, being that it's all based on lies. Like, if you're going to say that I made a death threat before you posted my address, I don't know how you can get past that. Those things are not interchangeable.
It goes back to Regina's video. You're not the victim. You're picking a fight.
And losing the fight. And here's the thing. You're not the first person that Ursa has doxed, by the way. She doxed Karamia. Now, she failed to do so, but I found that and sent it to Karamia, and I'm like, you need to be aware that she did this. because that was right around the time that I had hexed her, and that's part of the reason I chose to do what I did. She is deliberately trying to get somebody hurt. She wants to hurt people. And when she did that to you, and you made that threat, the way that I saw that, the way that I perceived it is, and are aware that she has a history of violence, and if she's going to threaten coming to your location, you have a right to say, okay, you know what, you're welcome to try that, but you better know what's waiting for you when you get here. So it's not a threat, it's a warning.
And I don't want to talk about this too much, because it's taking time. I gotta say, I still have connections. I ran an entire background check. I have every arrest, every conviction, every known address, every name change, and the current address that is not across the street from my house. I have those. I'm sitting on those. I have not posted those. Fuck with me some more. Fuck with me some more. I should.
Let me ask you a question. Does the state of Louisiana have the habitual law? We do here in Florida, and so does Kentucky. And the habitual law is that and it's actually different in every state, but here in the state of Florida, if you commit so many felonies, you are slapped. You commit another felony, you're going to be slapped with the habitual, and it is either 5, 10, 15, or 20 years. So.
Yes, we have that, and it carries the penalty of hard labor. That's one of the things that most things you can get convicted of in Louisiana carry a penalty of hard labor. So we're talking a chain gang out there with pickaxe breaking rocks. Cool hand Luke.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, okay. I want that law here.
But I actually want to bring up, and I would really like both of your perspective. I want to talk about fence riding. I want to talk about individuals who try to be Switzerland, and this is what happened between me and Celtic, and I just, no part of it, Yeah,
I don't believe, I hate fence riders. I don't believe in neutrality. As soon as you give me logic, reason, and evidence, I'm strapping on the boots, man. I'm getting ready to jump in boots first. And that's what gets me in a lot of damn trouble. Me and Marta have excommunicated several people from our lives that tried to do that fence riding shit back when, we had actual people attacking us, vandalizing our store, like that. But how do you ride the fence when people are doing shit like that? You're not a friend. You can't act like a friend. A friend needs to take a side.
Or
fence riders are a lot like alcoholics, you know what I mean? Like, when somebody drinks alcohol, I think that who they really are comes out, and what they really think and what they really feel is brought to the surface because inhibitions are lost. I think that when you have a fence rider in your life, they have revealed themselves to truly not be your friend. That's been my opinion. If somebody wants to play both sides of the fence, then they are not your friend. I mean, I can understand now. If my friend fucks up, I'm going to tell them, and I'm be like, listen, what you said here was kind of fucked up. I will always be honest with somebody and tell them the fucking truth. And I may not always agree with my friends, okay? But if it comes down to it, go ahead.
Just really quickly, Munu Midnight, Malekum Salah. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I couldn't even pronounce that. Oh, you're good.
Now that's an interesting human being.
That to make sure we're not on that term.
Yeah, I think. Oh, I just think at the end of the day, you know who somebody is when they won't take your side. If they wouldn't have your back, then you don't fucking need somebody like that. I keep my circle pretty fucking tight. Where I live, if somebody doesn't have your back, then they're not going to help you out when you really fucking need it. And I don't have time for somebody like that in my life. I've got too much at risk to not have the right people in my corner.
Like, if it's some silly ass ticky-tacky shit, like somebody said something bad to me on the internet, I don't expect it to jump. But when it gets real, you find out who your real allies are. And Switzerland was nobody's ally until recently.
Yes, Allison, it does sound like somebody we know. And yeah, you can't be friends with everybody. You just can't. You literally can't. Everybody's so different, and if you're you're going to try and be friends with, you know, and this is a very extreme example, but you see what I mean. If you're going to try and be friends with POCs or BIPOC people, but also be a friend with a KKK member, you can't do that. It's an extreme example, but it is the truth. You cannot play both sides of that fence. There is no way.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree. And, you know, I've never once asked anybody to be on my side, take my side, back my play. People have done it organically because they're free thinkers and they have the ability to come to conclusions on their own. Now, I do not expect anyone to be loyal to me, but when they are, I absolutely, hands down, 10 toes, I am there for them, even if at times it could be a detriment to me. You know, loyalty is a rare thing. And I understand people wanting to be neutral and not be in the fight. Good for you. Don't be in the fight. It's okay. There's others that will soldier on. But in the real world, in our life here on social media, people with bad behaviors have caused the rift and have caused others to take sides.
Yes.
You know?
Well, let me tell you a story. We're breaking bread with Bree and Mo and a bunch of TikTok witches at the Vampire Cafe. When I have the text of the person in question allegedly coming to Hexfest, lurking around the lobby to start a fight with Bree. And they said, you know, the Bree was lucky I didn't do this, that, and the other when I saw her. So that person said they saw her. Bree and Mo immediately start arranging bail money to bail Bree out when the shit comes down. And everybody at the table had Bree's back. Everybody was ready to throw hands, jump in, strap on their boots immediately. So those, and of course, we were with the best TikTok witches. There's some other TikTok witches, they never came up and said hi, so I'm sorry you weren't sitting at our table. Maybe you could have been if you came up and said hi, but it was all TikTok witches. Even Marta, she has a TikTok account. She doesn't really do much with it. She's a TikTok witch too, technically. Well, not technically, she's here right now.
You know, I had a thought and I lost it. I'm sorry. I guess it just, the way I look at it is, I remember it now. Some people are so fucking full of shit, right? But they also have a tight ass, okay? It can't all come out their asshole. It's going to come out their mouth sometimes. And I think that woman is just one of the ones that she's so full of shit, it had to come out somewhere, and it wasn't making it out that exit. That is for damn sure, because that stick is wedged up there so far, God damn it, ain't a wonder if she can bend at the waist. Are you okay, Birch?
I got to remember that one. I'm going to use that one.
That
you know, you are welcome to, you're welcome to it.
All the after comes out their mouth. Yeah. Writing that one down.
Listen, if you're gonna be a tight ass, that shit's gotta go somewhere.
I want to bring up another point and something I forgot to tell you guys, and this is especially for the ones in the comment. If y'all have been on TikTok long enough, you've seen that some of these battles, these sagas, they've gone on for a year. I will tell you, mark my word, hear my words. This battle is coming to an end soon.
Yes.
And it will be one of the hardest and quickest battles that have been won and lost. And, you know, to the main players that are recording this, I want you to hear my words. Everything that you have done, every lie that you have spoken will come back to you for the rest of your days. This battle is coming to an end. The good guys are going to win, and we will rise up above this. And in the end, down the road, this saga will be remembered, but it will also be remembered as one of the quickest.
To answer your question, Boss Witch, I'm from Colorado, actually. But a lot of people from Appalachia are Scottish and Irish. My family is Scottish and Irish, and just a pinch Jewish. So I think what you're reading there and interpreting is just the the redneck family I grew up in.
Talk amongst yourselves. I got to go get Aunt Marta.